Joining me in the studio right now from Memory Lane Foundation is founder Amanda Eisenbarth and member Kate Koenig. Welcome, ladies. Thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you.
Amanda, can we talk with you first?
Sure.
What is Memory Lane Foundation, and more importantly, why did you found this foundation?
Memory Lane Foundation was founded June of last year, and the reason, it was me and one of my friends that were sitting after Adam Ramey had committed suicide. We thought, we really need to do something because suicide rate in June of 2015 was high, and all they'd been doing was increasing, and they were middle-aged people. And personally, I just thought enough is enough. Sedalia has resources, and they need more resources, and we need to get these people help so there's not more people committing suicide, leaving their kids and their wives or their husbands behind.
Right. That's absolutely right.
That's where we had started from.
Okay.
And part of the reason I felt like that I would be a good person to be involved with something like this is because I personally have dealt with depression since I was 13.
Okay.
I know what it feels like to feel like you're not worth anything.
Absolutely.
I've been there several times, and I wish that there would have been someone there to help me, because it's hard to reach out to other people, especially your friends, because then, it's just really hard.
You're embarrassed and you're ashamed, and I think it makes you, obviously more empathetic to people who are dealing with depression, anxiety, any type of mental disorder. And we were talking briefly before you came in here about the stigma attached to mental disorders. Most of the people who have them will not openly talk about them, especially when they're new to a group of people. They're not going to say, hey, this is my life, because they're worried. They're worried about that stigma. Through your work with this foundation, and I know it's new, have you heard of that? Have you learned that a lot of people are ashamed, made to feel ashamed by society?
Oh, yes, I have. I mean, especially with all the research and the articles I've been reading, it's the same thing over and over again. They don't want to come out because people think they're a freak. Well, they're not.
So it's just very difficult, right?
Yes.
Now, can we talk to Kate for just a moment?
Sure.
Hi, Kate.
Hi, how are you?
Pretty good. Thanks for joining us.
Glad to be here today. Thank you very much.
Very emotional, close-to-home conversations for all of us in this room involved. And I understand a lot about what you're trying to do. I understand a lot about why you're here, but will you share with our listeners why you're here and why you're involved?
Sure. My name is Kate, and I have suffered from depression my whole life. I didn't know that's what it was. I am currently have anxiety disorder, which I'm happy to share with people because I go to a psychiatrist and I'm upfront and open, and I'm very, very grateful for medical care, because anyone with a mental illness, they are treatable. They're not curable, but they are treatable. And so I'm just grateful every day that there's medications out there that weren't available maybe 30 years ago. And
absolutely. 30 years ago, 100 years ago, you were put in an insane asylum and tortured, basically.
Right. So I've learned a lot over the last several generations of my family. It's genetic. It's a genetic illness.
Sure is.
No matter whether you're suffering from bipolar disorder or schizophrenia or depression, anxiety, panic disorder, PTSD. But I like to start out with, when I'm talking to people, is asking them, do you know what the most powerful organ in the body is? The brain. And mental illness is a condition when the brain does not function as it should.
Right.
And that's what it is. It's not a weakness. It's not a moral issue. It's not about being a bad person. It's about having a brain disorder that can be medicated and treated just as if you had diabetes.
Kate, I want to stop you right there. I like how you said that. It is a brain disorder. It's just like every other medical condition. It's not something that someone should feel ashamed of. And that's exactly why you're both here, you and Amanda, why you founded this. It's called Memory Lane Foundation. Do you guys have a place where people can go? Resource, website, a hotline, anything?
Yes, we do have a Facebook page, and it's called Memory Lane. It's not always Easy Street. And we also got the weekly support group meetings together, and they are the first Saturday and the third Saturday, and those are for ones that have lost a loved one from suicide. And then there's another one that's for parents that have kids and they're trying to figure out how do I work with them or what do I do.
Kids who have committed suicide or kids with depression or both?
Both.
Anything?
Yes.
Anything due to mental illness?
Yes.
Anything?
Yes.
And I'd like to put in there, when we first started Memory Lane, it's not always easy street, we did get some Alzheimer's questions, and so we've added prevention of suicide. So it is really officially Memory Lane Foundation for Suicide Prevention.
You know that I love what you're doing here. I can't wait to speak with you guys again, because we're going to keep talking. We're going to continue a relationship with you from here on out. Anything else you would like to educate the audience about? Anything else? Anything further that you have for us?
Well, we do have the Monday night meetings too.
Okay.
And they're every Monday night of the month except for the 5th one. And that is actually one for teens that have mental illness or depression, and then one for adolescents that have mental illness, suicidal thoughts.
Is there a phone number they can get a hold of you?
Yes, my phone number's on there, and it's 660-596-5173.
And you turn no one away. Is this correct? You turn no one away
No.
who's in need of your services.
No.
For any reason. If you need someone to talk to, you need some help, give these ladies a call. Will you give them that phone number one more time, please?
660-596-5173.
You're here so that no one ever has to feel alone. And I think that's the most important thing. They don't care what you've done in your life. They don't care about your past. They don't care where you're at or how much money you make. They care that you're a human being and they want you to survive. That's it. Ladies, thank you so much.
Thank you.